Alright, that is the top of the hour. So, let's get into it. This week, with some Monster Train. So, I didn't stream last week because I was pretty damn sick. I'm still a little bit sick this week, but I'm in a state where I'm able to stream at least. So I might sound a little bit off, but I should overall be fine. So, Monster Train. Sort of a deck building roguelite. There are some peculiarities to it. We'll see those in action, though. I do have the Last Divinity DLC. That will come into play in a little bit. But for now, when you first start the game, you are given two factions, and the game automatically starts you with the Hellhorned as your main faction and the Awoken as your secondary faction. You also only have the Hornbreaker Prince and this first option as the heroes, I guess you'd call them, the leaders, champions. There it is. Once you've played some and made progress, you unlock alternative champions, you unlock more factions. After the first round of the game, you can also choose to use the Awoken as your primary faction. So, significance of primary and secondary factions. You can get cards for both of the clans. Your chosen primary clan's champion is the champion that you will have. You will start every battle with this champion in your hand. The sentient here doesn't look like much, but you get upgrades for your characters at the start of every run, so they actually become something. You also see, also sorry if I get a little bit sniffly. You also see we have here Torch, deal 2 damage. That is one of the cards that we will start with in our deck. So I think we start with 4 or maybe 5 Torch cards if we use the Hornbreaker Prince as our as our champion. Alternatively, I could use the Shardtail Queen, and instead of those Torch cards, I would get these Queen Zimpling cards. So, primary clan, you get the champion, you get their associated card. Allied clan, you can find their cards during the run, and you also get to pick the card that will be added to your deck, same as the Torch. So if the Awoken were my primary clan, you see I'd get the Sentient and Restore, or Wildenton, and that one would start me with Root Seeds in my deck. For the moment, I'm going to go with the basic of basics. Hellhorned, Hornbreaker Prince as my champion, Awoken, Restores. Covenant is an option to increase the difficulty. I've only got Covenant 1 unlocked, which is done by winning any run with no Covenant. So you unlock the next level by winning a run with it. As you increase Covenant, you face stronger enemies. These balance shards, I believe they're called. They are an extra mechanic which are added to the game, where you can gain extra benefits throughout a run, but the more you gain, the stronger the enemies become, and if you gain enough of them, an extra form is added to the final boss. You also start with just some random cards in your deck. helps balance a little bit for the stronger enemies right at the start. But to start with, I'm going to go with having Covenant disabled, basic starting classes. Mutators are another option where you can just pick some things that will let you tweak how the run will go. Some of them make things easier, some make them harder, some are fairly balanced. But I am not going to use any mutators. So let's just jump in and show off how it actually goes. So, rough story of Monster Train. You represent the forces of Hell. Hell has been frozen over by the forces of Heaven, or the Heavens. You are transporting the last shard of the pyre back to the center of Hell so that you can reignite the flames. The forces of the Heavens are trying to stop you. So, that's pretty much it. You start a run by getting... Oh, God. Sorry about that. As I said, not fully recovered yet. So, you start a run with a choice of an artifact, which is a passive benefit to you, as well as an upgrade to your champion. So, friendly units get +1 attack. This is attack power, and that's per stack of spikes they have. Currently, I don't have anything that uses spikes. So we can see the starting deck is our champion, 5 of each card that we chose at the start, and 4 of these train stewards. These are basic characters that we are able to summon in battle. We'll see some use of them later, but we don't really have much use for Gnarled Root right now. There's no guarantee that we will be able to get much use of it later either. We also don't have any consume cards. Consume cards are essentially saying when you play the card, it's taken away for the rest of that fight. It comes back for the next one. I could skip to get some extra gold, but 25 gold is pretty well meaningless. So at the moment, I'm just going to go for the wing clippings. Makes it easier for me to choose consume cards in the future. Now then, the other thing that we start with is upgrading our champion. So we can see by default, no effect, 6 attack, 6 health. We can upgrade the champion in one of 2 ways. Each champion actually has 3 branches that they can follow, but you will only get 2 options per run. You'll get a few times, I think 3 times through a run, you get to upgrade your champion. So you can go all in on one side, or you can get split between the 2. For now, I'm going to go with Brawler. We can see this says Armor 10, meaning once I play the character, he will have 10 armor. Just, that's 10 extra health, essentially. And also Multi-Strike 1, so when he attacks, he will attack 1 extra time. The alternative would be getting a lot of extra attack power, and Slay plus 10 damage, meaning when he kills something, he gains 10 attack power. I'm going to start with the Brawler. So we get a choice of some things here, and then we go into battle. This is the basic loop of the game. We're going to go into battle. We can see some of the enemies that we are going to fight, but this is not nearly all of them. We also see the boss of these enemies, who will come in towards the end of the battle. There's also a trial. Non-boss enemy units enter with Spikes 3 for an additional reward of 75 gold. That would ruin me. This early on in the run, spikes 3 on every non-boss enemy would essentially mean that my champion would hit 2 things and then die, because he has 6 health. Not going to do that. So, it's an optional one there. You can get the extra challenge, and because of, in exchange for it, you get a bit of extra reward, but I'm not doing it. Not this time. So, you start combat with a hand of cards, some enemies show up, and you've got 3 layers of your train, and then the last shard of the pyre. This is what you're trying to protect. It can protect itself a little, but not too well. So, play cards, you play creatures and spells from your hand, and try to fight back the invading enemies. Now, healing is meaningless while all my characters are at full health. The torch spell will let me do a little bit of extra damage. This is a healer. They're going to heal 5 to both themselves and their allies after combat has happened. I don't like that, so I'm going to get rid of it. Now you can see, this character has 25 health, they're going to lose 17. This train steward at the front here is going to take 2 because they have 2 attack power, but they will deal 5, my champion will deal 12, and that makes 17. Enemies attack first, and then my characters attack. There are some special cases where that's not going to be the way it works, but for now I can't really do anything else. So, combat happens, everyone attacks, and then the enemies progress up to the next floor. So, get rid of the healer to start. We can see this enemy is getting pretty far up, but that's alright. We've got more time, we've got another train steward that I could play. We only get 3 energy each turn, so we don't have an endless amount of actions that we can take, but overall we're doing pretty well. We're not going to have anyone get through to the pyre at this stage, at least. We can also see this X means that this character is going to die once we initiate combat. Top left, waves remaining 1. So, when I hit end turn, we're going to hit the final wave. The final wave works a little bit differently, in that combat here will continue until all characters on either side are dead. If all of my characters on this side die, then these guys will progress on to the next floor and we'll have another round. If all of them die, or even just the boss dies, then I win. Now, we can see red X on the boss, he's dead. I'm going to get rid of the healer just to make it a little bit quicker. But first combat of the game, it's always going to be easy because you've not had much time to develop, right? After each combat, you gain a little bit of gold, and there is a choice of cards. You pick one of 3, or you skip to gain a bit of extra gold. Sorry, If I mute myself sometimes, it's because I'm needing to cough. So, one of 3 cards that we can pick from. Hidden Passage lets us move a unit up 1 floor. That means, or because it just says a unit, we can target our units or enemy units. Vent costs all of my energy and deals 2 times the amount of energy spent to all enemy units on the floor where this is cast. Or a 3-cost Ritual of Battle. Apply Rage 10. Rage gives 2 extra attack power per stack, but decreases by 1 stack every turn. So, on the turn that this is cast, the character that I use it on would get plus 20 attack. Then they'd have plus 18, then 16, 14, and so on. It's a pretty big swing in damage, but it costs 3 energy. I would not be able to play anything else. Vent. I'm not a huge fan of Vent. 2x damage is not a lot, but I can cast it for 1 energy if I only have 1 energy left, and that will then deal 2 damage to all enemies on the floor, as opposed to 2 damage to a single enemy, which Torch would do. So, we've had 1 card pack for our primary clan, now the secondary clan. Sharpen, 2 energy, 4 attack power, 4 spikes. These are all permanent effects for the battle. That can be very useful. Wildwood Sap is a one-off, it gets consumed and is gone. Now we do have Clipped Wings, so there's a 50% chance it wouldn't be consumed and would instead just go to the discard pile. Apply Regen 5, so put that on a character that would gradually heal up. It's alright. Glimmer is honestly even better than Vent, really, because it just flat out heals 2 health to everyone on the floor, or to all my characters on the floor, and then deals 2 damage to all the enemies. But I could go for either Glimmer or Sharpen here. Sharpen works out really nicely because it does let me deal more damage, and it lets me have the 4 spikes is pretty significant early on. It costs 2 energy, sure, but I'm fine with that. Now then, after combat, you, unlike with the start, you're given 2 paths that you can choose from. You can choose one of the paths and you will get the benefits of the things that are on that path. So we can either get an Awoken unit, and we can go to a merchant where we can upgrade units, or we can get a Hellhorned unit, and we can upgrade spells at a merchant. Let's get a Hellhorned unit for now. Ooh. Both of these are very good options. The Branded Warrior is quite nice if you sit him in the backline and have him get all the kills, because that makes everyone on that floor stronger. But the Steelworker is real nice because you can sit them there and they continuously generate extra armor on everyone. It makes all of your characters a lot tougher. Now, because the enemies attack first, it doesn't matter how much damage you are dealing if your characters are dying. You won't get to deal that damage. So, I'm going to go for the Steelworker. Now then, upgrading both spells and characters or units works the same way. You're given a choice of things that you can grab, you can spend the money, and each spell or unit has 2 slots that you can put the effect into. So, I don't think I want to... A lot of the effects that have more impact also have drawbacks. Double stack means the status effects that it applies are doubled, but it will cost 1 extra. So for example, sharpen, it will double the amount of spikes it applies, but not the amount of extra attack power it gives. And it would become a cost 3 instead of 2. A restore card would gain 1 extra regen, but no extra healing. Magic power, on the other hand, increases the amount of healing or damage that a spell will deal. So, 20 magic power is pretty significant. If I put that onto the event, it would be 20 damage flat, and also 2 times however much energy I spent. So if I cast this for 0 when I've got no energy left, it wouldn't usually have any effect, but it would deal 20 damage to every enemy on that floor. Drawback, this adds consume, meaning unless I get lucky with the wing clippings, it would go away. Now, because I do have those wing clippings, I'm going to go for it. I'm also going to grab the Emberstone and use that on Sharpen to reduce its cost from 2 to 1. I could go for a reroll. I don't think I want to right now. I would have 60 gold left. I'd have to really hope for something good. Instead, I'm going to just save my money. Ooh, okay. Trial for this floor. Enemy units enter with armor 10. If I succeed, I get a free unit draft. Meaning I'll be given the option of a few units and I get to pick one to add to my team. I'm going to go for that. 10 armor can be pretty significant, especially because there are going to be healers. These guys are going to have that extra 10 armor that I can't just blast them with a single spell and get rid of them. But an extra unit's so valuable. Now, other effect is Encant. So we see this little purple sigil underneath this character. That means they have an effect which triggers when I cast a spell on the floor that they are on. Units are not spells, so I can cast units, but and that will have no effect. But if I were to cast Vent on this floor, this guy would gain 1 extra attack power. Now, what I'm going to do... Yeah, I'm going to front load, I think. So, I'm going to stack up like this and hope we can get some effectiveness here. I'm also going to hope that... Okay, got lucky on the 50-50. The Vent went to the discard pile instead of being destroyed. We are only going to be able to deal so much damage at a time. Ooh, get rid of that guy, extra gold. Okay. So, no matter what, Now this says minus 25, he only has 25 health, but he also has 10 armor, so he is not dying. He'll have 10 health at the when he moves up to the next floor. Now, what I'm considering here is I could use torches to deal a little bit of extra damage, but it's not going to be enough to kill, and casting, like, I can only deal 2 damage, and casting that spell is going to give him extra attack power, deals more damage to this steel worker. I don't think I do that. Instead, I think I just put a train steward down further on. Now then, not much I can do, but I can heal this lad up, so he'll be back at full health, and get another train steward down. So we can see these 2 train stewards together are going to be able to kill this guy. There will still be another enemy and the healer, but the healer won't be able to do anything, because everyone that's hurt is already dead. So, train stewards will get the kill on this foot soldier. The healer will be able to advance into the pyre room, but that won't matter. He won't even get a turn. And even if he did, healers don't have any attack power, only healing. So he'd get in there, he'd do nothing, and then he'd be killed by the pyre. The boss on this floor is dying already. So we don't really have any concerns right now. I'm just going to blast him for extra insult to injury. And we just sit and watch. Went fairly well. So we get 50 gold, a card from each of our clans, and then the unit draft, because we took on the extra challenge. Ooh, we've got 2 good options here. Hornbreak is a spell I really like. Deals 5 damage twice, and it's piercing, meaning it goes through armor. Alternatively is the Molting Imp. 1 energy unit. It deals 5 damage to all enemies on the front on that floor when you play it. There is a lot that works well with imps, but Hornbreak is just so good. I just can't ignore Hornbreak. Oh, come on. It's giving me so many good options. All 3 of these spells are ones that I like. Restoration Detonation. Heal 10 health to a friendly unit, deal damage to the front enemy equal to 5 times the amount healed. So, if a friendly unit was missing 5 health, and I heal them with Restoration Detonation, they will only heal 5, and then will deal 25 to the front enemy. This is really good if I have units that have large health pools. If we look right now, Steelworker has 15. That's the highest we've got. Our champion has 6. Stewards have 8. So the Steelworker is the only one that can take full advantage of this right now, but that would be alright. Steel Enhancer. 0 cost, so I can always play it. Anytime it comes into my hand, there's no ifs and buts, I can just play it. Gives whoever I play it on 3 attack power and 3 health. That would be good to put onto the Hornbreaker Prince, because he has multi-strike. So he'd get an extra 3 attack twice. become 9 times 2 instead of 6 times 2. Multi-strike is also significant because if the first attack kills an enemy, the second attack will target a different one. Sting is also a kind of nice card. 10 damage to the front enemy unit, kind of significant amount of damage early on. 0 cost. No reason I can't play it. Draw 1 next turn. If you get a lot of stings in your deck, like I've had one run where I had something like 8 sting cards in my deck, and they were pretty much all I drew. I was able to just draw all of them and toss out like 50 damage per turn or something like that. It was insane. Still, a single sting will make a little bit of difference, but not a huge difference. So I think right now it's either going to be Steel Enhancer, which I will consistently cast on the champion, or Restoration Detonation. No, because that needs them to be down actual health, and the Steelworker builds up armor to prevent health damage. Steel Enhancer it is. I regret everything. Oh, I so heavily regret my decisions. The Thorned Hollow. On summon, it gains 60 max health. So it will start with 15 health when I play it, and then it will get 60 empty health that you can heal it up on. It also has Rejuvenate. Gain 3 spikes. Rejuvenate is an effect. It basically takes effect whenever that character is healed. The Thorned Hollow would have been a really good one to go for with the Restoration explosion thing. Restoration Detonation, I think it was. Still a pretty good card because I do have Restores in my deck. Deranged Brute. Rage on friendly units adds an additional 3 damage per stack. We don't have anything that does rage. Rail Beater. Armor 30, so it's a pretty tanky unit when you first bring it in. On strike, so when it attacks an enemy, apply melee weakness 1 to the attacked unit. Melee weakness meaning when the enemy is attacked by a unit, it takes double damage. Actually, I'm rereading this now. They take that damage again per stack of melee weakness, but only for the next hit. So, if they have melee weakness 1, the next hit will deal double. If they have 2 stacks of it, the next hit deals triple, but only the next hit. So, that is good if you can plan ahead and have this guy hit, and then someone who has really big damage. For now, I'm going to go with Thorned Hollow. And now is when I should be bringing up another feature. These 3 pips at the top of the character card. You can see 3 here, 2 on this guy, 2 on this guy. This is the unit's size. We'll see it again once we get into battle, but each floor has a limited size. You can only fit so many units into it. So that's why I've been spreading things out. We'll see in a bit more detail once we get into battle. So, this event, the Concealed Caverns, that's attached to both tracks, so it doesn't matter which way we go for that. Our Pyre is at full health, we don't need any healing, and we could duplicate any card except for our champion. I'm not sure what I would want to duplicate. Maybe the Vent. Alternatively, I could get another Awoken unit and go to a Merchant of Steel to upgrade units. I'm going to do that. Ooh. So, Awoken Hollow, similar to the Thorned Hollow, except when they are healed, instead of gaining spikes, they cultivate, meaning the character on that floor with the lowest health receives 2 extra attack and 2 extra health. That is nice. It can really buff things up. I kind of regret my first choice at the start of the run now. If I had taken the extra thorns dealing damage, or the thorns add extra attack power, this Thorned Hollow would be such a good choice. I think instead, well, yeah, the Awoken Hollow you really want to slap down with something that has multi-strike. So if I put this guy in front of the Hornbreaker Prince, he's going to pump his attack power up and really get those attacks up. Next, let's check out the event. Ooh. I haven't actually seen this one before. The shivering blacksmith braces against the stinging wind. From afar, one would easily mistake her for a small mountain. It's not like I want to come out here, you know? Just, you always come by the forge at the worst times, and it's always so much business that I forget some of the more important things I'm working on. Well, anyways, I'm working on something new, a hammer of sorts, and yes, before you can ask, she'll help you out and your sorry lot. It's just, well, she doesn't work like she should. Got a bit of a mind of her own. So I figure you could take her with you and help me out, for once. Just needs a little fine-tuning is all. Hitting those birds around 5 times ought to do the trick. So, you up for a little fine-tuning? Fine-tuning is my middle name, so this will add a card to our deck. When she says those birds, I presume she's just talking about the enemies in general, because they are representatives of the heavens, they're angels, essentially. Good old Wingmaker. Deal 6 damage to enemy units 2 times. That's real good. Slay, so when it kills an enemy, +1 size on this floor. This is really good. That's going to be nice. So, compare this to Hornbreaker, or Hornbreak. Hornbreak has piercing, meaning it goes through armor, but this does a bit more damage, and when it kills an enemy, it adds some extra size to the floor, meaning I can fit more units on there. That is going to be really nice. Now then, upgrading units. We get a different set of options for units than we do for spells, obviously. The Large Stone increases a unit's size, but gives them 15 attack power and 40 health. That's pretty significant, but at the same time, I've already got some big guys. I don't have much room. So, I don't think I can afford that right now. I kind of want to get Awoken Hollow in front of my champion, Thorned Hollow in front of the Steelworker. So, let's give the Awoken Hollow 25 extra health. The Steelworker's going to be giving the Thorned Hollow some armor, so that will improve that one's survivability. I don't think I need to give anything extra attack power right now, so let's re-roll and see if we can find anything interesting. Multi-strike would be interesting, but I don't know if there's anything I really want to put it on. Maybe the Steelworker? That way if the Steelworker goes behind the Awoken Hollow, then the Awoken Hollow can buff up the Steelworker even more. I don't know. I might just put the Battlestone onto the Thorned Hollow to make him a bit tougher. That's probably fine for now. I'm not using a lot of my money, but I'm sort of planning ahead for the future. Next battle. Now, this one's actually a boss. We will fight a big boss every 3 floors. Or 3 rounds, whatever you want to call it. Daedalus the Professor. He has a special effect, the Explosive Sigil. Enemy units deal 1 damage to the front unit on death. That's not huge, but there'll be quite a lot of enemies, as we can see. So, when these guys die, that's going to be 3 damage to the front unit. Not exactly what I would want. We can also see he has started by creating an explosive. Triggers at the start of this unit's turn, so right away before any of my people get to attack, this is going to kill itself and deal 10 damage to the front unit. Unpleasant, to say the least. Now, what can I do about this? Well, if nobody's in front of this, it's not going to hurt them. So I can just ignore this bomb for now. These enemies enter with Rage 2, meaning they have 4 more damage than they usually would. That's actually kinda scary. I mean, they're going to deal 15 damage. So, what I'm going to do is just ignore that first floor for now. Train stewards aren't going to be my biggest priority, so I'm just going to slap them down and then vent. I got lucky and preserved it, and all of those enemies died. Lovely. Now, Daedalus has changed which floor he is on, he has created a bomb on the floor he has moved to, and what am I to do next? Well, Wingmaker will kill 2 things. That gets me 2 extra room on the floor here. And then I think what I'm actually going to do is put the Thorned Hollow up here and the Steelworker behind. I could have used Hornbreak to bring this character into lethal range. This train steward would then have died after that, after combat, but whatever. I think I'd rather have these 2 build up. Now then, Steel Enhancer I want onto the champion. I'm going to slap 1 Restore onto the Awoken Hollow, and 1 onto the... well... do I put 1 onto the Thorned Hollow? Maybe not, because right now, everything is dying before it gets to this upper floor. So the more I heal this Awoken Hollow, the more we get to buff up this, the Hornbreaker Prince. Also, I'm getting rid of that bomb. Just make sure that we don't lose all of our characters here. Now then. Now, we'll notice we actually do get to attack Daedalus right now, because we've got characters that are on the same floor he's on. So that's a nice benefit. Once we run out of waves, he will move to the bottom floor and start gradually pushing his way up, same as every other boss does. For the moment, I think I just want to sharpen... Hell, who do I even want to use sharpen on? I guess the Thorned Hollow, and continue to restore the Awoken Hollow. Oh, I should have put the Sharpen onto this lad, so that all of them would have been hit by thorns. But it's fine. Get rid of him. I don't approve of healers, even when they are doing nothing. One of these ones will make it to the next floor. That's fine. Yeah, let's buff you up some. And Daedalus is going to be unopposed on this lower floor. That's fine. He freezes over the floor so nothing can happen there. And moves on. And now he's dead. Like, I can do all I want. It's not going to matter because... Wow, I've been real lucky. I've played that vent like 3 times, and every time I have won the 50-50. But yeah, Daedalus is dead. We win the battle. That is the first proper boss dealt with. We get extra points for killing the boss on the middle floor. We also get a rare card. Dark Deal. Deal 5 damage, apply 7 rage. I can apply that to my units or enemy units. So I can use that as 0 cost 5 damage if I want to pick something off. Or I can hurt one of my units to make them deal more damage. Cycle of Life is costly, but it makes a unit a lot tougher and gives them some spikes. Spreading Spores, 2 regen, 2 spikes, add a copy to your discard pile. I don't really like that one. Like, its effect is minor, and it spreads, so it clogs your deck up. I'll take the Dark Deal. Now then, we've got some choices to make. We can get an Animus of Will. This is from our sub faction. It gets multi-strike too, and so it's got low attack power, but it hits 3 times. If we buff up its attack power, it's going to hit hard. Like, it's going to hit hard. Alternatively, the Alpha Fiend gets stronger every time it attacks. I might go for the Animus of Will though. If I put that in with the Awoken Hollow, it's going to buff up real nicely. And then, the big one. So, we have beaten a big boss, we get to choose one major enhancement. All of them will make our pyre deal 10 extra damage and have 30 extra health, but we can get 1 extra energy per turn, we can draw 1 more card per turn, or we could get 1 extra space on each floor. Now, for the moment, I might go for the extra space, because that would mean I can do something like I can get extra size on something. I'm doing fairly well with energy so far, so I think I do go for the extra space and look to the future. Okay, so don't need to heal my pyre. I could upgrade some spells and get some extra money to upgrade even more. Could be fun to look at. Or I can get another artifact, I can get another unit, and I can get rid of 2 cards. I'm going this way. Conserve energy between turns. That could be nice, I'm taking it. Ooh. Especially because I just got the Unbroken Horn. This Demon Fiend costs 4 energy to play. I only get 3 per turn. But it's got 50 attack and 50 health. I'm not always going to be able to play it, but when I can, I'm cat. I'm also going to get rid of 2 Train Stewards. I'm building up a nice collection of units, so I don't really need them anymore. Now then, I could keep going with the Brawler route, which would increase the amount of armour the Hornbreaker Prince starts with, and get him an extra attack. Or I could go Reaper. Big boost to attack stat, going from 6 to 25, and every time he kills something, he gets another 10. I'm taking that. Non-boss units get multi-strike. That's going to be rough to deal with, but if I can succeed, I get an artifact. I'm going to take the risk. Now then, to start with, I can get rid of the backline enemy right away. Get the... oh, do I... ooh. Yeah, I want to put the Awoken Hollow in front of the Hornbreaker Prince, just for an extra bit of toughness to keep him alive. And start buffing him up. So, we're already seeing he's going to get strong. Let's see. I can slap down the Animus of Will and the Thorned Hollow here. And then I can actually use Dark Deal to get rid of this one for free and put a Restore onto this tank. This guy to let him tank some extra. I have been spending all of my energy each turn, so I haven't actually got the option to use the Demon Fiend yet. But that's fine for now. Also important, this lad, Resolve triggers after combat, add a Weight of Contrition card to the top of your draw pile. Weight of Contrition is a 1-cost card which says, if you don't play this, deal 2 damage to your pyre. So, that's just... that would force you to burn a bit of energy if you don't to take damage. I'm going to save 1 energy now, because everything dies regardless. Torch there, restore there. Save 2 energy, I think? Because eventually that big beastie is going to come back around, and I want to have 4 energy to play it. So, get some buff ups going. Everything dies on this floor. I can play the Demon Fiend up here. That's lovely. Let's get the restore going, and yeah, Steel Enhancer on the boss guy. I think we've won here. I'm pretty sure this is the boss that's just come in. So, that went real well. Get some gold. At the start of turn, add a Vine Grasp spell with Purge to your hand. This is amazing. Now, Purge says, once you play the card, it's removed from your deck permanently. But I'm going to get that card every turn, and we can see when I hover over this, 0 cost, deal 3 damage, move that unit to the front. Essentially, I can just say, hey, I don't like this guy being hidden behind a tank. I'm just going to pull him forward so that he dies. Let's see. Inferno is a fun card. Deal 100 damage to friendly and enemy units. If I play this on a floor where my units are, they are dead. My units are never getting more than 100 health. But it also deals a lot of damage to the enemies. I don't think I need it on this run though. Also of note, impressive. Attuned, meaning it gets extra power from the from magic power, multiplies it by 5. Sacrifice Imp, meaning means I have to kill off one of my imp units to play this card. I don't have any imp units right now, but this is one of the reasons why imps can be useful to have, because this deals a lot of damage to an enemy. Still, I think I'm just going to skip here. Ensnare can be nice. Bramble Lash. Bramble Lash could go nicely with the Thorned Hollow if I were working on this guy more, but I'm tending to work on the Awoken mostly. Now the Preserved Thorns is nice. It's 1 card, so it's not going to clog up the deck much, but once I play it, it goes away and gives me 3 stings right away, so I can burst out 30 damage. Yeah, right. I'll take it. It was that or nothing. Now then. This is a merchant shop. Or a merchant shop. An artifact shop. I would be able to spend gold to get artifacts. 330 gold is maybe enough for 2. There's another 75, so that's 205. 405 rather. 405 would probably be enough for 2 trinkets. Or I could get a free artifact. I can upgrade spells and get rid of 2 more cards. So, what artifact do I get? First time each turn a friendly unit is healed, draw 1, or X cost cards get +3 to their X value when played. Now, only X cost card I have right now is Vent, which already has +20. But if I took this and didn't have this extra 20 damage on the Vent, even if I play Vent for 0, it would then say 2 times 3. so it would become 6 damage to everything for 0 cost. I could get other X cost cards in the future. Sap Tap works well because I am doing a lot of healing, but I'm also spending most of my energy. So drawing extra cards isn't that helpful. I'll take the first Hell Pact. I will also get rid of the last 2 Train Stewards. They're just not that useful to me anymore. And... ooh, okay, Holdover is a nice one. When you cast a spell which has Holdover, it goes back onto the top of your draw pile, so you're guaranteed to draw it next turn. If I put that on good old Wingmaker, it's coming back. I can also take the Power Stone and say, I want this to deal 16 damage to all enemy units. I could put that on the Hornbreak instead, but if I'm going to have this consistently, I want to have it dealing more damage. Let's make Sharpen free as well. And I've got a lot of gold, so let's re-roll. Upgrade a spell to remove consume and cost +1. X cost cards can't cost X +1. So I can just take the consume off this vent. Guarantee that it will never go away. And let's reduce the cost. Do I want to reduce the cost? Let's save our gold for a future shop. Enemy units enter with Spell Shield 2, meaning 2 of my spells will deal no damage to them. But it's 150 gold. I think this is worth it. My spells are not going to do anything, but I'm going to have my units regardless. I want to play good old Wingmaker no matter what. So it's broken those shields. It'll come back next turn and then hit all of these guys. If I play either of these units on the front line, they die. I can Vine Grasp to kill one of these lads. Oh, okay, so their on death gives all others of them +2 attack on that floor, meaning it's fine if I kill them off while they are on the same level as one of my units. So, this is fine. Carry 1 energy to the next floor. Awoken Hollow is very fun. I think I use... well, if I use the good old Wingmaker here, I get some big space on the room. Then I can slap the Steelworker down in the back. And he's going to be keeping everyone nice and alive for me. How lovely. Let's just pull you to the front, and I think this is fine. Now then. I'm contemplating how I do this. If I use Vine Grasp on one of these guys in the back, then they will have only 1 spell shield. Good old Wingmaker can then smack them and kill whichever one that is. Gets me 1 extra space, and also and that means I can fit the Thorned Hollow in. I don't know if I want the Thorned Hollow on the same floor as an Awoken Hollow though. I don't think I do. So instead I'm just going to put this here. Now, you're surviving no matter what. I want you to get spikes so that all of these guys will disappear. And then I'm just going to do some nuking on this floor. Can I kill him off if I do this? So this would break all the spell shields. Or I could use a sting first to break his spell shield, and then I'd have 24, 34, 44. So he'd be down to 31. That's not lethal, that's lethal, and then kills one, and then you kill another. Sure. So that should kill a couple of the little guys. And then they're going to hit real hard. But they still have one spell shield each. Vine Grasp, Torch, Arc Deal, Torch, and get rid of all of that. Up here, they're all dead, so let's just good old Wingmaker to get rid of their shields. And we've got a respite, that's lovely. I can use the good old Wingmaker to get some kills in. Sharpen to put some thorns in effect here. Now everything is dying here, so I can carry over my 2 energy. I've got no need to actually play anything else. And the boss arrives. So, how do I want to do this? I can actually fit the Demon Fiend in the back here. That's fun times. Vine Grasp and Dark Deal just gets rid of... Oh no, it doesn't. But it's fine. Rejuvenation on you and then Vent gets rid of that guy and some of the buffs. Let's see. Wrong one to Steel Enhancer, whatever. We're winning this one. Just restore. Matter's not what I really do here. The boss is dead. Lovely. I could go... Yeah, let's go for the Pyre Chomper. This is also really nice. Restore 10 health to a unit and ascend it. I can use that on an enemy. Gives them 10 health, sure, but it moves them down a floor. Ooh, and we're back to the blacksmith. I guess we've used the hammer enough. How'd she work out for you? Were you able to work out all the kinks? Here, let me take a look. What in the 9 rings did you do to this thing? Looks like you tried to tear apart the rail with it. And then when that didn't work, you ran it over with the Bone Shaker to forget about it altogether. Ugh, it's going to take me a long time to get her back and healthy. A real long time. So, I guess I'm coming with you. Ooh. this is fun. So, yeah, okay. 3 size, 2 cost, made to fit. So she apparently has 6 size by default, I guess. But big stats and trample means if she deals excess damage, it's going to deal that excess to the next enemy and the next and the next until she runs out of damage. So that's real nice. She also just makes the room that she's in bigger. So, yeah, she's a pretty damn good character to have here. Now then, let's, like, I don't need to heal my core at all, but I don't really need to remove anything, and I kind of want to upgrade units right now, because I can put multi-strike on her. We also have so many ways to increase the space that we have. The large stone on the Demon Fiend isn't the worst thing. I'll also just put a bit more health and damage onto the Demon Fiend again, sure. Make him real big and strong. He's a big boy. Could also make the Awoken Hollow real tough. Sure. So we can also see the reason she would be default size 6 with the made to fit effect would be so that you can only put 1 upgrade onto the blacksmith, because she's just going to be way too strong otherwise. Arcus, Darkness Incarnate. I've never fought this boss before. Arcus will summon Looming Dark Shard and Shattering Dark Shard. The Looming Dark Shard is phased. I have no clue what that means. Incant, so if I cast any spells on its floor, they cost 1 extra. Or the other spells in my hand cost 1 extra. And after 1 round of combat, it destroys itself. The Shattering Dark Shard. Hellborn Harvest, I don't know what that one means either. Add a Weight of Contrition card. I'm going to have to just find out what these things mean. Phased. Cannot attack, cannot be damaged or targeted in any way. Oh. Okay. Well, let's start off with how we start off. I want to get this kill. And I might as well play the others so that I draw more cards next turn. Hellborn Harvest triggers when one of your units, so that would be my units, dies on that floor. Oh, okay. So I just don't want my units to die, as usual. How do we proceed here? Vine Grasp to get you gone. Restore on you. I think I do slap down a Thorned Hollow and a Steelworker. Or I could save up, because I do still have the good old Wingmaker. put the Animus of Will behind him. Use all my energy. I do not want to cast spells on this floor. If I make my spells cost more, it will be a very bad time for me. I guess keep her in cycle until I can actually get her onto this floor, I think. So just save up energy for now. Good old Wingmaker is not going to get any kills. But it's fine. Hey, Pyre Chomper, give me some extra stuff. Get you some spikes. I don't want to burn all my energy. So yeah, I don't think there are going to be any enemies that I can actually kill with the Wingmaker. So I'm just going to carry on. I guess for now, if the blacksmith shows up, she's just going to go on the top floor. There is one thing that we can actually kill here. Hell yeah. +1 size. Now we just need one more if we want to actually get Hephaestus or Hef onto this floor. I don't think that's happening. I think it's more sensible if I just put the Steelworker here. And I think that's it for this turn. I just keep saving up energy so that I can play big cards. Here we go, Hef can go on this floor. What do I want to do? Nothing really, just keep this in cycle. Get rid of that and keep waiting. Final wave and we've already won. So, have a look at this champion, 135 times 2, because he's been getting a lot of kills. Yep, that went pretty well. Honestly, Dark Deal is kinda nice to have. Also, I want more size. Let me fit more things in. Can duplicate something. Get an event. Duplicating the vent could be amazing. I wonder if I could duplicate Hef. Let's find out. I can. Do I want to? You can have a maximum of 7 units on each floor, no matter how big you get the size. But it would be silly. So I can duplicate the vent, that's another spell that can just nuke things. Could duplicate Hef. I don't think I need to duplicate her though. I think the vent is the more sensible thing to duplicate. And yeah, get an extra multi-strike onto the Hornbreaker. Event time. Ooh, Wait, this is different. The Historian... I thought, okay, this is not the event I thought. Usually he offers a selection of books, and one of the books is very good, but this time it's not. The Historian makes his way towards the train in his unusual carriage, meaning a car. Hellborn, how fortunate am I that our travels have finally crossed paths. I am recording the events of Armageddon for posterity. Possibly futile, I know, but I shall make a fortune if you do somehow succeed. So, would you characterize yourself as honest, aggressive, or stealthy? Honest is a one-off card which gets me a lot of gold. Aggressive gets me an artifact, which just makes my pyre deal more damage the more gold I have. Or stealthy, 2 damage to an enemy unit, slayers gain 50 gold. I would rather never have... Like, this would get an extra 30 damage onto the pyre. I would rather never have anything attack the pyre, but if something does, it's good to have it die. Alright. Oh, and this is lovely. Enemy units enter with armor 20, gain 400 gold. That goes well with that artifact. Now then, I think because actually how do I want to set this up? She's going to attack for 100. This will survive with 10. If you're sitting behind her, you will get the kill and buff yourself up. Future things will probably be just as tough. And you, I want... Well, hang on. Okay, everything is dying here, so I can afford to do that. I do want the Steelworker in here for extra toughness. I should have gone with the Awoken Hollow for extra tanking though. Ah well. Guess I don't need to play anything else. Yeah. Everything is still dying. Yeah? I don't really need to do much of anything. I'll heal her. That's worthwhile. And... guess I can slap Dark Deal onto the champion to make sure that he's dealing more damage. And then we just hang out. I'd rather have the Awoken Hollow on this floor. Thorned Hollow and get some heals on her. Everything's dying, so we still have no concerns. Hiya Chomper, fun times. I think this is fine. More restores, Steel Enhancer. keep the good old Wingmaker coming back? Did it not? Huh. So because there were no enemies, that just didn't play. So it went to the discard pile. Alright, let's... Oh, I can't get rid of those either. Okay, this is fine. Hi. That's the boss. Oh no, good old Wingmaker did come back. I'm confused. Anyway. Wee. So this is going very well for me, yes. That's because we are currently on, like, the 0 difficulty. I don't need any of these. Channel Song. Ooh, I love this spell. Draw a unit, apply 20 extra attack power, 20 health, and make it cost 0. That's a real nice spell to have. Extra gold, upgrade units, duplicate a card. I'm going to go this way. Now, I can check out the artifacts. Making Blights and Scourges cost 0 is very good. Winged Indulgence is alright, but it's not game-changing. Now what I'm going to really hope for... Yes, remove Consume on Channel Song, and make it a bit cheaper so it still only costs 1. That's going to make it amazing. I'll give Hornbreak extra power and potential to consume. I can also make Restoring Retreat cheaper, and I think that'll do. Unless I want this to also hold over. That'll give me some nice consistent heals. Now, is there anything I would want to remove? Honestly, the Animus of Will, potentially. Especially since that can take up the unit pools from the Channel Song. Yeah, let's get rid of that, and... 1 torch. The torch spells aren't that valuable to me anymore. And we are at Seraph, the last boss. The first spell card played each turn gets Consume. Well, we have a 50% chance that they won't consume. Hef. Hornbreaker Prince. Play a torch, so that gets the consume. It did actually burn. And I'm actually out of energy, damn it. I wanted to go for good old Wingmaker, but this is fine. Now, he is going to make units every turn, but they only have 3 health, and I make a Vine Purge every turn. Let's put a Steelworker in. Restore Hef some. This is fine. So yeah, we can sort of see this setup that I've landed on is just making a joke of everything. I can't. I do want the Awoken Hollow in here, but I don't have the space for it. But I guess, yeah, I've forgotten that I have Channel Song. Start with Vine Pull on you, I guess, and then Channel Song. That's a tough Fire Chomper. Here you go, little guy. You can tank. Yeah, she's only going to take 3 damage apparently. So, I guess it's fine. I mean, or I can just nuke these guys. That's even more fine. The big boss is almost at half health, and we still have like 3 turns before we actually get any bosses, or get to the final wave. Heal her up, buff up the leader, keep healing her. Alright, let's just, for fun, throw a bunch of extra attacks onto that guy. Now, can we actually get... I don't think we can quite get lethal on the boss. It's close, but I don't think, like, we're not even getting to hit him because we've got a bunch of tough tanky enemies. Now, this will kill those 2 at the back. So... is there anything else I can achieve here? I don't think so. The boss is going... So we are getting to the final wave, but the boss has 154 out of 1,000 health. So yeah, he's not going to have a good time here. Oh, this is absurd, the amount of space that I have in this room right here. Hef is just amazing. There's no way that you can actually plan around it. Like, getting that event is going to be really rare, I guess. But it's still hilarious. Oh, that was fun. Now, so that's victory. Of course, that was on the easiest difficulty. So, we get a bunch of score, and that score provides progress towards unlocks for our 2 factions that we're using. So, Hellhorned, we've unlocked the Imp in a Box, Consume, add 2 random Imp units to your hand, and Resonant Shard artifact can now show up. Rage adds an additional 1 damage per stack. Alright. Hellhorned levels up again. The Transcend Imp. When played, repeat all summon effects triggered so far this battle. Now consider those hollows that we had add like 60 maximum health to themselves. This guy can copy those. That's meaningless. He still has 1 health. That would be funny. For the Awoken, we have unlocked the Shattered Shell. Has Sweep, and on Slay gains 3 attack. Sweep is valuable because its attacks just hit all enemies. So if you've got some weaklings in the back lines, you just sweep and smash them all. And Pyre-Grow. Consume, draw -2 next turn, +1 energy for the rest of battle. That's interesting. And then we see the progress. So, Hellhorned I've made a lot of progress on. They are currently at level 9 out of 10. Awoken are at level 7, then 4, 3, and I haven't even unlocked the Melting Remnant. I'm getting there. You can also see there's a bit of competition with friends. That's just your Steam friends list there. And it's based on Covenant ranks. So, there's also the Last Divinity page, which is for the expansion details. I've done none of this stuff because it all depends on what we're going to do next. And that is a Covenant run. So, enemies are going to be stronger. We're going to have the extra function of balance shards. We're also going to start with some random cards in the deck. So let's change things up again, a bit. We'll show off the 2 factions I have that we haven't used. They are the Umbra and the Stygian Guard. Now, the Umbra, they generate morsels, which are little units that just get eaten by your own units. They give you buffs. The Stygian Guard, they do a lot of spell stuff. Generally, their spells will target specific positions, like the front unit. So who do I want to... I guess I'll go with the Umbra as my primary. Now, I probably will not win this run. I have never won a single run where I have been on the Covenant rank 1 because I'm very bad at this game. And I'm new to it, so I expect to be bad. But also because packed shards, not balanced shards, the more of these you collect, the harder things get, but I see shiny thing, I want shiny thing. So we can see random starting cards. We've got 3 starting cards. We get 2 Space Prisms, 2 Titan's Gratitude, and 1 Feast. Space Prisms are kind of nice. You get a bit of extra space. Titan's Gratitude. Deal damage to the front enemy unit, discard a card at random. Kinda nice, 25 damage, and it's attuned so if you add magic power, it's bigger. Feast? Well, yeah, it just makes us eat the things. We'll see how that goes. So, to start with, upgrading our champion. We can either give him Trample, which means he'll hit everything that he can until he runs out of attack or out of enemies, or we can make him heal some when he attacks, and when he eats, he'll get more attack power and more health. Lifesteal does decrease when he attacks though, so I think I go for Monstrous. It does make him bigger as well. So he's going to be size 4 now, but I think I can live with that. Our free artifact. Spells get an extra upgrade slot, or at the end of your turn apply Frozen to a random card in your hand. meaning you don't discard that card anymore unless you play it. These are both very good artifacts. I think I'll go for these extra spell slots. And here we can see the Divine Horde. Gain an artifact, but also 15 Pact Shards. I mean, it's an extra artifact. Oh, all of these are good. Okay, we don't have anything that applies Frostbite right now, but Frostbite is a mechanic tied to the Stygian Guard faction. Essentially, after an enemy takes their turn, they take damage equal to the amount of Frostbite on them. Usually that drops off, but this means you stack it bigger and it doesn't go away. So if you stack big Frostbite on them on the first floor, they take some big damage, right? So that's real good. The Infused Malice, 25% chance to deal 5 damage when an enemy unit enters your train. You'd think, it's 25%, right? It's not that much of a difference. Consider how many enemies enter the train with only 5 or less health. There were a lot. They would die. Or we go for the first Hell Pact again. Now, I can't actually think of what X cost cards there are for the Umbra and the Stygian Guard. Gamba. Fused Malice. 25... Every time, 25% of the time. Spikes 3, hell no. As we see, it's already paying off. Get him in there. Nothing else I can do right now. Get me that gold. Space Prism. And now we see this is a Magma Morsel. When eaten, the eater gains 6 attack power. So essentially the front unit that does not have the eaten ability will eat all of them at the end of the round and get a lot tougher. So this guy's going to buff himself up a fair bit. Keep on adding space here, I guess. Put you up there just to get you out of our deck. Now then. So here we see, because all of my damage spells apply to the front enemy, I can't get rid of this guy. He's just going to keep dealing damage. Kinda sucks. Would this make a big difference? I don't think so. This would save 1 round of damage, and now we win. Might as well slap this down as well, I guess. And victory. Of course, this is the first round. Oh! Primal Dust would have been so good with the X cost. Perils of Production is an interesting one, but it's also a risk. Because it applies Ember Drain 2 to a friendly unit. Meaning, once, or when I start my turn, I get that much less energy until the Ember Drain gradually goes away. I think I take Primal Dust. Now, Crypt Builder is an example of another way that you can get a sort of build with the Stygian Guard, where they like to discard things. Offering attuned. Offering says, if this card is discarded before the end of your turn, it will instead be played. So, if I were to discard that with the Titan's Gratitude, discard a card at random, so random chance, but if I were to discard that, it would deal 60 damage to the front enemy of that on that floor and push them to the back at 0 cost. Offering token is fun, draw 1, discard 1, just lets you get a bit more cycling to choose. Or the Mollusk Mage. Slapping the Mollusk Mage into a floor just to let me deal 16 damage with Frozen Lancers could be interesting. Another new feature, Unit Essences. We can see the essence on this Mollusk Mage is 5 attack power, 3 health, and 10 magic power on this floor. What does that mean? We'll see in a little bit. For now... honestly, I'll take the Offering token. I don't really have units to upgrade, only the Train Stewards, so I guess we go this way. And I will also let's get a unit first. Nameless Siren, 5 attack, 10 health, Incant, gain rage 2. Or the Cold Kalia, sweep, strike, apply frostbite 3 to the attacked unit. That's nice. I'll take the Cold Kalia. So, I'm not actually going to do this right now, but we can sacrifice a unit to infuse its essence into another unit. So, if I were to actually go through with it, I could sacrifice a Train Steward and give Cold Kalia plus 5 damage. Oh god. Sorry. Dealing with a bit of hiccups there. So, I could give Cold Kalia 5 extra damage, 15 extra health. Would be kind of nice considering she's only got 1 damage. In this room, I can also get 2 spell upgrades. Instead of costing gold, they cost Pact Shards. They give me Pact Shards. Upgrade a spell to gain Purge and cost -1, so that can let me get rid of a spell for good. Spell Chain. I can get a copy of a card when I play it, and it costs 1 more. I don't really want either of those things right now. Do I want any of these? I don't think I really do. Ooh. I mean, 10 magic power on Titan's Gratitude becomes like 50 damage. I'll take that. And... reducing or increasing the cost of an X-cost card doesn't change its cost, but the outcome. That's interesting. I could also make this Titan's Gratitude free, or I could make a Shade Splitter free. We'll do that one. And I think I just hold on to the rest of my... yeah. Oh, I could remove Consume from this. But then I would have to play it for at least 2 to get any effect. Could remove Consume from a Space Prism, but I don't think I want to. Alright, let's just move on. Oh boy. At the start of the battle, enemy units appear on every floor. So this is a one-off right at the start of the battle. Now, they are dangerous. These are the Rage 2 units, and like 4 or 5 of them will appear on every floor. I don't think I do that for 75 gold, because right now, that essentially means I'm screwed. I skipped that. I would take a lot of damage for it. Alright, this seems fine. Little money imp thing spawned and died instantly. Offering token, let's get rid of this feast, because there is nothing that can be eaten right now. Get a train steward in here. Let's actually get a train steward up there as well, just to get it out of my deck. Morsels galore. Start really buffing up my main character. Now, if I do this, that's going to eat a few hits. Five, 6, 7, and then you hit once. Okay, so these two will hit the champion before the high priest. So any amount of damage shield less than 3 is meaningless. Morsels it is. Also really aren't going to make a huge difference because they're going to be eaten by this steward. Now that I think about it. Oh no, they just die because this guy apparently has sweep. Okay. I didn't look properly. I should have noticed that. We just win here. Boom. Add a morsel miner to your hand. What? Oh, that's pretty good. Apply one spell weakness. Spell weakness is similar to melee weakness. Increases the number of times that damage is dealt, but for spells instead of attacks. I've never tried a Guardian Stone before. Apply armor 1 to friendly units. It's only armor 1. Like, it's incant, so it's every time I cast a spell. But I'm not... 1 per spell isn't that big of a swing. I'm taking the Mollusk Mage. I don't think there's anything I would want to duplicate right now. Like, making of a morsel is interesting, but I don't think I want to duplicate it. So let's go this way. Get a new unit. Gorge gain damage shield 1. Morsel Master. When you summon a morsel unit, create a copy. At start of turn, add a common or uncommon morsel to your hand. That's also real fun. When you play your third spell of a turn, all cards gain +1 magic power for the rest of this battle. Let's go for the morsels. All in on morsel build. Okay. So this event is I can gain a card, Nexus Spike, and it will have the effects of 2 spells in my deck, or I can get rid of a card and then have a few copies, which will be free but will also destroy themselves permanently. Is there anything... I could go Nexus Spike and have it apply to both of the space prisms, so it'll give me an extra 2 space on a floor. I could also go the 2 Titans' Gratitudes. I think I go for the space though. Especially because my champion is such a big boy. And then, is there anything we want to do here? Purge and reduce cost. Plus 30 magic power. Now, if I were to put that onto a Titan's Gratitude, it makes them big. Do I want one real big Titan's Gratitude or one big one and one rather big one? I think I want 2 big ones. Okay, this'll do. And Talos the Architect. Enemy units enter with 5 armor 5. Talos attacks every turn and pushes attacked units back. So she's going to disrupt the order of my units. That's fine, because I'm just going to have the big boy. And I guess I'll also have up here. I'm an idiot. There's too much damage coming in. My champion dies instantly. So I can show off how you can cheat. Go back to the main menu, standard run, resume. We go right back to that battle as it started. So, I'm still mostly going to do the same things, but I'm going to slap this morsel in the front, so it'll die to an attack, but it eats one of the attacks. And I can also get rid of an enemy. He's still taken a lot of damage here, but he's not dead. And we can start buffing up the Morsel Master. Now, the problem here is I don't have any sort of healing, so my champion is still in really rough situations. But I might be able to find a way. Primarily being this. So he now has a life steal as well. So he'll survive and then he'll get to attack and he'll heal up a lot. This is lovely news. But Sure, just feast right away. And you can sit here to tank one hit for this Morsel Master. Okay, oh, you get armor. No, you gain attack when I cast spells. It's fine, you're surviving. This is fine. Yeah. I say this is fine. This is danger. I definitely want to buff you up. I want you dead. I want you dead. This does nothing. We're not in a good position, but we haven't lost, I think. Let's see. Sit you at the front. These two at the back. So I don't know if we actually survive this. It's like, our champion is gone. The champion had all of the buffs. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, this boss is going to be low on health when they get to the shard, but I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to kill them. Oh yeah, okay. I got there. Titan's Gratitude with a Mollusk Mage, that worked out. I don't know if I want any of these. This would be good if I had the X+3 artifact, because I'd be able to play it for free. I'd play it for 0 and deal 90 damage, but we've already passed on that artifact. I'll take a Crucible Warden maybe. And we need more energy. We're also going to need more space, yes, but actually we're definitely going to need more space, aren't we? Upgrade units or spells? Probably units. Unless I can get this Shade Splitter to have holdover, but upgrade units. Do I want either of these? Not really. I think I skipped for just a little bit of extra gold. Now, let's have Glutton on the champion now. So, if I took this, he would take up the entire space in a room. He would be real strong, but he'd take all the space. So, Glutton lets us get a lot of extra little bits on him from from the feeding, and I'll get rid of a frozen lance and a train steward. Okay, what upgrades can I get? Endless is a fun one. Adding Endless to a unit means that when it dies, it goes to the top of my deck, so I'll draw it again next turn. Thing is, I don't really have anything that I would really apply that to. Unless I just slap a Mollusk Mage down at the front of combat, so that I can get extra magic power and then it dies. Let's put extra damage onto Colcalia. I don't think I want Endless on any of these. I'm also taking this this extra artifact, even though it does give me more Pact Shards. Sinner's Salve is just such a big swing. Yeah, screw it. Even more damage. No. I could make this guy big. I don't... I don't know. Maybe just some extra attack on the Morsel Master. That's probably alright. Save the rest of my gold. Non-boss units get multi-strike. It's an extra artifact. We were struggling in the last battle, but it's an extra artifact. Oh boy, okay. So we're getting enemies that apply haste. Haste means at the end of the round of combat, everyone moves to the third floor instead of the second. That's pretty nasty. If I, like, they only have 1 health. If I had a thing that gets rid of them, that would be fine. I can only target the front line though. So, yeah, you're going to go sit up here, unfortunately. And yeah, get a little bit of a buff going too. Ooh, this is fun. I can get the Morsel Master in behind my champion. So now, all the morsels are doubled. Champion gets to eat a lot more. You go kill that for me. Okay, our shard is going to take damage here. Not because the enemy getting in there will hurt it. That guy has no attack. But he's got spikes, so the shard hurt itself. More space. I mean, Might as well use the Titan's Gratitude. I do kind of want to put... Ooh, okay. Yeah, okay. Mollusk Mage up here, Titan's Gratitude. Future proofing. Okay. Train Steward in the front, eats those attacks. Oh, I could have just killed him with a thing. Ah, well, whatever. Wee. Champion is getting strong. All of them are dying, this is fine. So, we're doing pretty well here. We're not perfectly well off, but we're doing pretty well. That does not even kill him. This would, though. And you can get a bit of a buff as well. Oh, and you take no damage now. Lovely. And we win. So, that went pretty well. We did take some damage to the shard, the pyre, whatever. But we're overall pretty fine. And pyre gets plus 40 health. Lovely. Ooh, Grovel's a nice one. Damage shield 1, 2 uncommon or rare morsels. Yeah, I'll take that. The Glacial Seal is also interesting if I were playing a lot of spells. Just because you slap that in the back line and then you just play a bunch of spells and the enemies all frostbite to death. It's especially fun if you have the Scuttlebeard, I think it was called Cuddlebeard. The artifact that was available right at the start. Apply extra frostbite, frostbite doesn't decay. As is though. I think we're fine without any of these. Yeah, I want to upgrade spells. To start with, let's grab the gold. Let's remove one Train Steward and one Frozen Lance, I think. Yeah. I don't think I need the extra 100 gold for the 10 packed shards. So, I kind of want to really upgrade Grovel. Don't think I care about double stack on it. Double stack on the Prismal Dust might be nice though. Sure. Another minus cost to Grovel, so that's now free. And more magic power on Titan's Gratitude, sure. Could remove the consume on this now. Sure, I have to play it for 3 to get it to actually apply anything. Or that. Yeah, screw it. 3 cost adds 2 space. Do I know what I'm doing? Hell no. I'm making terrible decisions. But I'm not making the worst decisions. Spike's fall would be hell. That's a lot of damage coming at me. But I think it's alright. Yeah, I guess it's especially alright because he gets that lifesteal at the start. So they hit hard, and then he just heals it back. Nexus Spike, hell yeah. Sure, I've got no plans for the upper floors, but that's fine. Morsel Mastery here. More brute space. Morsels. Slap you down, I guess. You'll do something. And sure. Where would I want extra space? I guess down here. Now that healer in the back is a bad time. Get rid of you. Oh, it discarded the one thing I really didn't want it to discard. Okay. We are not in a great situation right now. The enemies are about to get through to our core, and I don't know if I can do anything. No, I definitely cannot stop these guys, so they're going to deal some real damage. Well, all I can do at this stage is just keep stacking up the champion. We're going to be getting quite a bit of pain in the future. Especially with these guys coming in. Oh, unless I get real lucky with these ones. Okay. Okay, and then this will kill him, so I can now... This keeps that Mollusk Mage alive. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I used all my energy. Oh no. I'm not thinking clearly, evidently. We took a fair bit of damage there, but we are still going to win. Just go for it. Yeah, we took 44 damage in that battle. Cave in. Sure. And I don't want any of these. So Cave in can sort of help me in those situations we were just in by knocking enemies down a floor, even if some of my units will go with them. I'm focusing heavily on the bottom layer. Gold and purchase trinkets get a bit of healing for the pyre. Event, upgrade units, free trinkets. Let's get some healing. Units get an extra upgrade slot. Jack strips can be useful early on. We are now at a stage where, with the amount of packed shards that we have, I don't believe any units will have only 2 health. Gorge abilities trigger an additional time. Or your champion gets plus 50% maximum health. No, I think the Gorge ability's triggering twice is what I need here. Could make a spell intrinsic, could give a spell plus 30 magic power. Intrinsic Grovel could be good because it just slaps the champion with a bit of extra tanking. Screw it. Intrinsic Grovel. Plus 30 magic power on you. 325 damage, that looks good. We have a lot of packed shards here. But we're all right. Arcus will summon Blinding Dark Shard and Shattering Dark Shard. Apply Dazed to your units. Apply a Weight of Contrition. Okay. Triggers when you play a non-morsel unit on this floor. Apply Dazed. Oh, that's bloody rude to be putting it there to start with. Alright then, fine, I'll go the opposite route. I am building up on the top floor this time. Yeah, go for this floor. And a rubble morsel there. This is real damn rude. I really want the Morsel Master here. I think I'd rather kill you. You may have also noticed, when I summoned morsels on the top floor, they actually went above the floor's capacity. Also, this is why the Sinner's Salve is so powerful. This would have been costing 1 per thing. Like, 1 isn't a huge amount, right? But it still would have been real annoying. Yeah, so you can see We've got 1 over the capacity of this floor. That's because we created an extra through an ability. I would not be able to play a card to achieve that. And I don't think I want to do anything else here. Yeah, like, anything I play just dies. So... Space Prison first, and then I'll kill off one of these guys. Started off kinda rough, but we're actually managing. I would like to not have this guy take much damage. I kind of wish I was generating more morsels so that I could give him more things to eat and actually get more tanking going. Like that. That's lovely. Oh, and he's dead anyway. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I didn't pay attention. Well, it's fine. We've probably buffed up the leader enough that we're still just going to stomp. 6 health or 3 health and a damage shield. You can take a hit as well. Now, the middle floor probably isn't going to last for long. But that's fine. We don't really need them to. Oh, 7 unit in it. So we only got 5 morsels in there. That's unfortunate, but whatever. I could deal 325 damage to the boss, and I will. Oh. Sorry about the coughing. Yeah, I bet. So I can get one more morsel in here. Let's... You don't survive the first hit. But if I put a basic morsel in the front to take that first hit, then I can put one in the back. That gives you damage shield so you can survive one hit. Doesn't really do that much, but it built up a little bit of damage, the frostbite. And we've won. Now we just wait. I'll also note there are speed settings in the top right here. It goes from normal, fast, ultra, which is what I play on, to super ultra, which is just real fast. Don't think I want any of these. Give me... do I need more space? Probably. Yeah, I'm getting... like, I could take the draw, but I think getting a bit more space just guarantees a bit more consistency. Upgrade units or spells? I don't think it really matters. Spells for making of a morsel. Shade Splitters. Titan's Gratitudes. I think I go for the artifact units. I summon 2 units a lot because I summon morsels a lot. Upgrade my champion. More base power or just more gluttony? Gluttony! I don't think I need either of those upgrades for my spells. I don't think I need to use any of these. I could use the Mollusk Mage to upgrade something. Slap that onto the Cold Kalia, for example. Maybe that'd work out. But I don't think I need to. And I kind of want to avoid building up more packed shards, because if I hit 100, I am guaranteed not winning this run. Anything that would benefit from Endless? Maybe this? Because we did have it die off in that in that previous combat. It was kind of unfortunate. Sure. And I'm not going to spend the rest of my gold. Non-boss enemies with spikes 5, no. Now, with how strong, like, the enemies have a lot of health. So I think I actually, again, want to start out by building up on the top floor. And I'm not even going to play the Crucible Warden. Because this gives me time to build up before the enemies actually reach me. I think the lifesteal is more valuable than the extra bit of damage. Can I get anything good? I can. Now I can actually get both. So, we have buffed up the boss, or the champion, quite a bit here. Making of the morsel, very fun. I think I can deal with the Ember Drain, so it's fine. You, Titan's Gratitude. Oh, that guy had sweep. That sucks. I should have paid attention to that. Yeah, that sucks. Well. This kills him. I think it's fine to not play the Mollusk Mage. I sort of need to look for a time where I can play it and it'll still be secure. Any things that I play up here are just dying instantly, so that's meaningless. If I play you here, you die instantly, unless I play Prismal Dust on you. Then you tank it and you can eat some things. Kind of mean. Ooh, I have Feast. Four, five, six. Okay, Feast at this stage. Sure, Prismal Dust on the Morsel Master. Keep him safe. Grovel. Making a morsel. Should have played this before the others, doubling that. Like, it's got the value of both of them. Yeah, I'll slap you down, give you a morsel. Just clear some things out of my deck. Extra space here is meaningless, so I will put... Oh, I've not got enough embers. Never mind. You have sweep, so I can't really put anything here. Can do that though. And then just chip at the boss a little bit. Yeah, this is looking pretty sound. It's... yeah. Our champion has 236 health. I didn't expect that sort of tankiness. Also, thing to note, this guy with Endless, he still has all the buffs from when he ate all the things. Those are permanent for the battle. So, even if he dies and respawns a bunch, he keeps all of that extra strength. Doesn't really matter. We've won regardless. I mean, I'll still put him in. Just out of respect, I guess. Nothing matters. Boss dealing almost 500 damage. Or champion, rather. 1 damage shield to friendly units, so that's all friendly units on that floor. And then 3 uncommon or rare morsels. I don't think that's needed. Yeah, no. Also, like, I guess Harness the Titans kind of interesting, if I can get it in my hand when I've got Titan's Gratitudes, because that just gives them plus 25 damage for the rest of the combat. Sure. Maybe I can get Frozen on it. This way. Heal. Check out the trinkets first. I'm not really doing incant stuff. Dazed 3 and melee weakness 1 to units on the bottom floor in the first wave of combat. So basically the first wave of combat, the enemies that spawn just don't. They don't get their first turn. At the start of battle, summon a morsel miner on each floor. Also, it would take all of my gold. -1 cost on that. Can I get... well, holdover. Okay. Holdover works as well. Holdover probably works better than the Frozen. And reduce cost of... make this free. Can always play it last. Doubt there's anything here I want. Not particularly. No. We are about to hit the final boss. So, I could do one of these things without hitting the 100 mark. 10 magic power and piercing. 175 piercing damage is good. I can't deny that. Alright. Oh, this... I also get to copy a thing. Another grovel? Yeah? Okay. That looks pretty good. Another 175 piercing damage. These duplications cost, or give me 5 pact shards because I've got pact runes on them. think I could go for the Grovel. Alright, friendly units enter with Sap 3, and he will apply Sap to my units when he attacks as well. We'll be fine. I didn't hit the 100 mark, so we're fine. I do need time to buff up though, so... you'll be able to eat plenty, so you'll get your own shields. I'm okay with slapping this guy down because he's going to get to eat stuff and then he's going to still have those buffs even if he dies. Morsel Master on this floor. Rubble Morsel there. Nothing with sweep, so I can get this guy in here, that's fine. Save up the Prismal Dust for a big turn, I think. More space here. None of you have sweep, so we can play morsels to get them eaten. I should have played the... Actually, no, I can't target my own units with that. Might as well spawn one in my hand and give it to you, sure. We're getting a lot of enemies through to the shard. This is a bad time. Mech, how you doing? Yu-Gi-Oh style. I'm not sure what you mean by that. I don't know that much about Yu-Gi-Oh. This can come here. I don't think I want to cave in. Ah, just monster cards, yeah. I would dare say the cards in this game make more sense than they do in Yu-Gi-Oh! I kind of want you just gone, so go die. You've come at a good time. I think I actually have a chance of winning. both of these in the back here. Yeah, I don't think anyone can read most of the cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Anymore. They refuse to use keywords, so they just wind up with endless walls of text. My chances of winning are looking worse every turn. My core is being gradually chipped away. We've made it to the final round. All of these enemies are dying, so that's lovely. We're not in the worst situation. It's sort of looking like we're almost balancing out. The boss might be a problem. Take a hit for the front guy. This... Why are you gaining 60 health? Oh, because you... Oh! Because when anything dies on this floor, you gain 15 armor. I probably should have looked at that. This is fine. Oh yeah, the boss is dead. Okay, cool. Slap you in front. Okay. Go. Victory! Ah. Now, it's not true victory, because we didn't get to the 100 packed shards. 92 damage taken. Yeah, so it's not a true victory. We didn't beat the secret boss, but we won the run, and that's a first. I've had some real good runs before, but on those runs I wound up fighting the secret boss, and that does not go well for me. But Covenant rank 2, so that's progress. We've mastered some cards. By winning a run with these cards, you've unlocked special card frames for them. Okay. Umbral level 4, we've unlocked a new unit. Inert. Cannot attack unless it has fuel. Gorge gain fuel 1. Okay, so this guy can't attack unless he has eaten things. And Kindle. Gain 2x energy. Okay. Stygian Guard are now level 5, so I gain Siren's Song. Pyrebound, so it can only be played in the top floor. Ascend enemy units on this floor and apply Dazed 3. So that forces them into the Pyre room, but it stuns them for 3 attacks. Totem Fragment. Spell weakness 2 to enemy units when they enter the floor below the Pyre room. Okay. And Solgard the Martyr. Unlocked the exiled champion for this clan. Okay. That is the first time I have won any battle in Covenant Rank 1, so now I've unlocked Covenant Rank 2, and should have unlocked Wormkin as well? Yep. Wormkin. Resurrect the reclusive Wormkin. These keepers of Titan lore and history bring the power they've stored over millennia of dedicated study and isolation. So, still haven't unlocked this other clan. Wonder if I have to kill 60 more enemies. I think I can do that in one run. So if I play one more run, probably on Covenant 0, I can unlock them and the Wormkin so that I can try 2 new factions. Unfortunately, we are only 4 minutes away from the end of stream. So, I am going to call it here. We'll have a look at what we've got. So, we unlocked Solgard the Martyr. Incant, gain 1 shard. Shard powers Solgard the Martyr's abilities. We also get the Foregone Power card. Apply Frostbite 6 to the front enemy unit. Discard a random card. And the Wormkin that we've unlocked looks pretty fancy. This guy, Spine Chief, some stats. I've got no clue what he would do because I don't know what upgrades he gets. Apply Reap 2 is the spell that we get. Unit takes 1 damage per after combat ends. Does not decrease. Charged Echoes. Add, I guess those are Charged Echoes. Add Charged Echoes by playing Infused cards. The Wormkin use these to power spells and abilities. They can exceed Uncharged Echoes, I guess. But excess will be removed at end of turn. Ooh, what? Okay. So we've got a lot of things I'm curious about now, and none of it is for you to know. I'm going to end the stream now. Leave them wanting, I guess. If you want to know what all that is about, you're going to have to buy the game yourself. Because I may play this again on a future stream, but probably not the next one. It's just going to be a future stream somewhere down the line. So, if you want to know more, buy the game yourself. I think it's on sale on something. Was it GOG or Humble Bundle? One of the two. I got it on sale just recently. I don't know if that sale is still ongoing. But in any case, thank you very much for being with me today. If you've enjoyed, let's try and type that right. I have a Twitter. I have a Discord. These are the places where you can get announcements when I'm about to go live, what I'm going to play. I also have a YouTube channel. This is where I upload the VODs of my previous streams because Twitch only keeps them for about a week. So you can go through to there, and that way you can watch back any of my past videos. So I'm going to end it there. Thank you very much for being with me today. Have a good one.